River Rock Corporation major plat amendment that had been continued from November 6th will be continued again, and we'll discuss that for a date certain. So anybody who's waiting to sit in on that discussion, that will be continued. Rob?
George, yeah, for the consideration of the board, I would like to add something to our agenda today. I'd like to add the consideration of an emergency ordinance for temporary suspension of the issuance of any new medical marijuana licenses.
Okay, so we'll put that under consideration under consent action items under first readings.
George, just a question. Do we issue medical marijuana licenses today for the growing facilities?
For any type, there are 3 different types of medical marijuana facilities that the county has established regulations governing. And consistent with those regulations, if an application comes in and meets the established criteria of the state licensing procedures as well as our own regulations, then those licenses are available for issuance. And so without that type of an action, then yes, any one of the 3 types of medical marijuana licenses might issue.
Continued issue.
And what I would suggest, George, if the board would make a motion to amend the agenda to add that item as wherever you discussed it.
I'd like to make a motion to amend our agenda today to add the item just as discussed under consent actions first reading. It will be an emergency ordinance that will come back for a confirmatory reading if it gets approved today.
Second.
Second, any further discussion on that? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed. Okay, great, thank you. Okay, now we're at the stage of the agenda where anyone wishing to make any public comments that is not on today's agenda is welcome to do so. Seeing none, we'll close. Yes, sir?
I'd like to talk about the recreational rules that you guys are about to implement for the new marijuana.
Sure, why don't you come on up and just introduce yourself and
My name's Garrett, and I'm the owner of a stash at the ABC. And I hope you guys all got my letter that I sent you guys the other day. And I'd just like to ask you guys to either adopt the state rules or adopt the rules that John came up with. I think this would really help out our business a lot. If the other businesses in town are able to do, they have a really good location, other businesses in town compared to the ABC, and if they're able to go into this retail market before us, I feel like it could really impact our business as far as getting people out to our store. We're locals. We've lived in this town long before we started this business. I've been here for 18 years. One of our main employees has been here for over 40 years. And a lot of patients that we have had in the past are not renewing their new medical licenses because they're expecting this new retail market to come about here January 1st. And I had someone come in the store the other day, and she was like, my card's expiring here at the end of January. What do you expect me to do? What would you like me to do? And I was like, well, I think you should probably renew your medical license. You can go into all these other stores, and I'm not sure when we'll be able to go retail as well. She's like, well, I think it would benefit me just to wait and see when you guys can go retail. That way I don't have to go to the doctor, pay that fees, pay the state fees. I would rather just pay the extra few dollars for the taxes. So I feel like this really would help us out. If you guys could implement this as soon as possible. A lot of businesses, we didn't start our business right away when the medical industry started. We waited and kind of see what was going to happen with the industry. And a lot of people opened up shops before they opened up their grows. And we realized when the state came out and said that you have to grow 70% of your own product in your store, that the grow was the most important thing. So that's where we put all our resources into and all our focus into. And basically, people that didn't do that before put the carriage before the horse. And so they're not ready for this retail market where we've been planning this all along and really planning our grow. Other people are, they have to supplement their their products from Denver, where we grow all our own here in Pickett County. So we are ready for the retail market. I'd like you guys just to, I'd like to invite you guys down to our grow and to our store just to come check it out for yourselves and see what you guys think. And I'd really like you guys to implement this retail as soon as possible. I just think it would help out our business.
All right, thank you.
George?
Yes?
Yeah, I would just like to say for the record that we did hold a series of additional work sessions in the fall of last year to see if we could get far enough along on that. And there still seem to be a number of issues that we're working out. But we have set our first reading, and then we have currently set our second reading for the medical marijuana on February 12th. So if we are able... Retail, although we may see medical marijuana rolled into that for its licensing purposes in the future as well. So I realize that's not your timeline.
And there's people that are coming in from out of town, like from...
I understand that. I really understand that.
There's a problem with having public comments. It's not a
It's not a back and forth. It's just to say that we have been diligent in trying to pursue this, and that it's important for us to be as cautious and proceed in an orderly manner for the whole community.